Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week, we visit with a bridge club. Then we visit with a cemetery tour in Oxford. Then our reporter, Alexis, wanted to try to swim. And finally, a dog of the week from the K9 Rescue League, all today on our Community Access. Welcome back. You know that the new community room at Seymour Lake Park is a busy, busy place. You now can play bridge at the community room. With that story is our reporter, Terry Stiles.
So hi Bill, I'm with Marlene Green and I'm at the community center at Parks and Rec, and Marlene is a bridge player and I know nothing about bridge. We're going to try to get a group together. We're going to encourage people to come and play, and we're going to hear Marlene talk about it so we know what we're talking about. Marlene, first of all, explain to me, maybe, do you have the history of the game?
Well, you know, it's an English game. It was brought from England, and a lot of people associate it with whisk, and it does have some similarities to that. But then the people here started playing it. We old-timers, a lot of us play it. Somehow it got a bad reputation when you say duplicate. This is a duplicate. Duplicate is played with these boards and boards that are bid, and then you send it to the next table, and they play it. See if they play it as well or better, then it goes to the next table. But the bidding and the play of the cards is exactly the same as what people call party bridge, Chicago bridge. The only difference is the scoring. But some of them don't understand that, and so it's gotten a bad reputation of very sober, nobody talks, nobody smiles, and that just isn't true. We have more fun, more jokes, more everything, and we would love the people to come in and try it with us, and it's best if they come with a partner, but if they do not, we often have a partner that we can put them up with. Yeah. Like this gal that just entered. She's our sub, and she comes in whenever someone can't be here. So I don't know why. And with the younger kids, I think we just can't get them away from their whatever. And that's sad.
So if there's somebody that would like to learn how to play the game, is that something you can do? You can teach them how?
I give lessons, and I offered them for this 6-week period, and nobody signed up. Yeah, so I don't know if I can't believe there are no bridge players in Brandon and all the Oxford, Metamora, and all of those places, because there is nothing between Lake Orion and Flint that has any bridge to offer people. And I often hear that people play in their homes, like on a Monday, why don't you come and play over here? You'd have a lot more fun. And the competition is fun. It's not bitter, but it's fun, to take a board and pass it to 3 or 4 other tables, and then in the end see which table played it the best. It's fun.
How long do you think it would take for somebody like myself? I've never played it. I've always heard that it was fun. I'm not a really big card player to begin with. How long would it take for me to learn it and be comfortable?
Yeah, I wish you hadn't asked me that question. When I start with a group new, it actually takes 24 lessons. That's 6 months. Before I say to them, you're ready to come out and play prime time. Yeah. So you really have to want to learn, because that's how long it takes. And I have a class that just came out in Clarkston, and they had so much fun when they came out. That was after their classes were over, they came out and they had a really good time. But to get the people in here is the problem. It's just, I don't know what to do. Dawn has been so helpful in trying to get things done, but I don't know if I need to go to the newspapers and have it put in there, or that might be the last stop. Try that and then just give it up. The classes are the Sessions in Clarkson go very well. I have a session Monday and Tuesday in there. And anybody in this area is perfectly welcome to come over there and play, just as anybody in this area is welcome to come here and play.
So where are the sessions in Clarkston? Where do you play them?
At the Senior Center on Clarkson Road, just past Sashabaw. Yeah, so, but I don't know. If you have any suggestions, I will take them.
Well, that's why I'm here. I wanted to get the word out for you as well. So what days of the week, what time of the week, and how many people?
It's sort of standard with Bridge, wherever, Flint, Rochester starts at noon. We're usually over between 3:30 and 4, depending on if there's been any complaints that have to be asked. And the same time, the Clarkson Monday and Tuesday 12 to 4, and Oxford Friday 12 to 4.
And so just explain the game just a little bit to me so people understand, or maybe that'll help people want to get involved in it.
Well, it is difficult, and I wouldn't say that it wasn't, because it is very, because every bid you make is telling your partner something, and every play you make, and so the first 6 weeks of lessons, we do nothing but learn how. We've got 13 cards, aces count 4, kings count 3, and so on, and they never play a trick that whole 6 weeks because they wouldn't know what they were doing. Now, the next 6 weeks, we teach them how to actually play. And so now once they learn that, then it's just a matter of every week, because there's so many conventions, okay? I mean, there's a convenient minor, there's a Michael's Q bid, there's you name it. It's probably, I teach them maybe 10 different conventions. And so it takes, and the boards are fixed. I bring them in if we're learning convenient minor that week. The 8 boards I bring in will be all fixed for convenient minors. And so that's the way they learn. And then we move on to the next one, and those boards are fixed. And so, but they have to learn all those things first.
Right.
I mean, even if they've taken 6 classes or so, now I can't play, okay, now we're going to play convenient minors. Well, they all look like you. What is a convenient minor? So you have to explain it, and then you have to fix the board so that they play convenient minors. And so each one is that. So for 24 classes, I bring in fixed boards, and we learn to play them. So it is difficult, but it has a bad reputation. It isn't that difficult if you know anything about cards. And so we had a fellow from Japan 3 or 4 years ago in my lessons. He didn't know anything. He's one of our best players today. Yeah. I mean, he had the English barrier, and he had to learn that, what a club, diamond, heart, and spade was. Yeah. But he's one of our best players because he wanted to do it, and he just, and everybody loves him. And he goes to Japan about twice a year, and when he comes back, he brings me 24 cards. And so I never need cards either, because people don't understand, bridge cards are smaller than a regular deck. So they won't fit in our boards. So if I don't have so in Japan, he brings back the small ones that fit the board. Yeah. So he keeps me supplied with, because they're expensive, $250 a deck, and you need, when we play, about 4 decks for each table. Then you have these, about $11 or $12 a box, and then our boards are about $10 a box. So it takes about $100 to fit out a table. Yeah.
So you said it is a dying art, and it is, and I think it's worth preserving, and I want to thank you for doing that. And it sounds like if you have a clean slate, those are the easiest people to teach.
Yeah, really, it is, because they know nothing. Because the ones, when they're older and I teach them, they come in for what we call a brush up for 6 weeks, okay? But they all played the old Gorin method, which was so popular for 50 years, and now we don't go by Gorin anymore. And so even if they come in for a class and you're saying, no, that's the Gorin system, and we're learning the new 20, and it's like, yeah, but I always played that way, I don't want to change it. Well, it's like, what are you here for?
You have to unteach them. Do they still have the little hints in the newspaper? I used to read those and think, boy, I wish I knew what they were talking about.
But it used to be Bob Gorin, and now it's Bob Jones. Bob Jones is now the guru for answering, but it's in there. I read mine this morning, okay? And so, but unless you play or have some awareness of bridge, it means nothing to you.
Oh, yeah. I can testify to that. Well, I'm going to put the dates on, or the days that you're here, the times that you're here, and where you're at in Clarkston on the bottom of this, and then, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Back to you, Bill.
Thanks, Terry. Next up, our photographer went to the Oxford Cemetery tour. Let's watch.
He was a blacksmith in St. Lawrence, New York. Then he moved to Macomb County, where he married me, Fanny Cole, and I was born in May of 1839, so just so you know, I was 10 years younger than him. I just want that on the record. We were farmers here, and we were blessed to have a beautiful daughter, Rosella Zureta, and she was born on February 16th of 1855. We called her Ella. With all the responsibilities of farm and family, James did not volunteer when the Civil War began. The war continued, and some of the enlistments began to expire, and they offered cash incentives. So at age 34, my husband James left our family and home, and he enlisted in the 9th Michigan Volunteer Infantry. And there's no evidence of my death, so I may be very old. I don't know. We couldn't find a death certificate. We couldn't find a burial record. We don't know who else is in this tomb with him. My name is Nancy Davis. I'm the daughter of Edmund and Clarissa Shoemaker. My parents are buried right here. I was born December 11th in 1841. We have motorcycles. I grew up with my sister, Maria. She's buried here with her husband and beside us. We grew up on a large farm here in Oxford Township. It was on both sides of Coates Road, just north of Drainer. My husband, William Davis, was born in Detroit a year later than I. He was born in 1842. He was one of 10 children born to Robert and Harriet Harris Davis. The Davis family moved to Oxford the year my husband was born, and his father was the first wagon maker in Oxford. I died first on July 1st in 1903, and William died 15 years later in 1890.
Yes, I'm Amanda Stanton. Dr. John T. Stanton was my husband, and he was born in August of 1828. Can you all hear me? In Italy, New York, which is in the southwest part of New York State. His parents were Clark and Innocent Barrett Stanton. Clark's brother, Lovett Stanton, was also very important in the Oxford and the Oakland County area. I met John in Prattsburg, New York. John was working as a carpenter. We married and we had a baby girl named Flora Riathea. We called her Flory. John had a dream to be a medical doctor, so he studied and he trained, and in 1860 John became a doctor. One of our dreams was also to go west. So in 1862, we came to Oxford. When we got to Oxford, there were 4 corners. There was a store, 2 hotels, 3 blacksmith shops, and a wagon shop, and 2 doctors, Dr. Burdick and Dr. Lawrence. I died in October of 1880. John continued his dream to build this railroad. But John wasn't going to see it either. John died in 1882 in July. 2 months after John died, the first passenger train came into Oxford.
I'm Dency Travis. I have 11 children. I'm buried right there. And all of these people are my people. I started a bit of a dynasty here in Oxford with my husband Hiram, but I, of course, was the more important of the two. So we built 2 schools, one of them burned down. We rebuilt it, and it still exists today as a private home on the southwest corner of what is now Coates Road and Seymour Lake Road. And that's a fact.
As Daryl mentioned, my name is Dr. Aileen Corbett, and my maiden name was Aileen Betties. That would be the big headstone behind me. I was born in Oxford on October 25th, 1877. I am the daughter of John Betties and Clara Crawford Betties. Our family farms were generally located northeast of the village, where the gravel pits are now located. That was all farmland. I attended Oxford High School and graduated from there in 1893. I operated my medical practice at our home. I was a charter member of the Oakland County Medical Society and was health officer for the village of Oxford. I was also a lifetime member of the Congregational Church on Hovey Street. When World War I came, doctors in the town were needed, and they felt it was their patriotic duty to serve our military. As a result, I was the only doctor in town during that entire time. I continued my medical practice, and even when my own health began to fail, I carried on until I had entirely lost my hearing. And then I had to rely on my Oxford schoolmate, Dr. John Batchelor, who has a huge headstone more to the center of the cemetery. He became my physician and took care of me until I died in 1937.
Now this story is kind of cute. Our reporter Alexis Ward wanted to try to swim. Let's see if she can.
Welcome to the very first episode here at Splash Zone. I'm going to be here with one of the instructors. She's going to teach me how to swim over a few weeks, and we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty bad at it, so stay tuned.
What is your swim background?
Nothing.
Okay. I see you have goggles. Was that for the purpose of this class, or is that something that you own?
It was for the purpose of I can't have water in my eyes at all. So I can't go under the water. I can't get it in my eyes. So.
Okay. Is that because you have like contacts or something, or because you just...
I'm afraid.
Okay. All right, perfect. So the reason I ask, the first step really in getting kids swimming efficiently is getting them comfortable in the water, and that applies with adults as well. So my question is, are you comfortable putting your face in the water with the goggles on?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right, so what we're gonna start off with,
Should I put my goggles on for this
for splashing purposes, I would recommend it, yes. Ordinarily, what I would have you do is hold the barbell with your arms straight out and your eyes in the water. However, because you're not comfortable doing that, you can just go ahead and keep your eyes up and keep your arms extended. Just so we're gonna.
Am I just walking?
You're gonna kick. So hold on one second. Don't worry. Okay. You're gonna keep your arms extended straight out, and then I'm going to just touch about your hips. So don't be alarmed if I touch.
Okay.
You're going to kick your feet and keep your chin above the water. So I'll show you if you like it.
Are my feet gonna be off the ground?
Yeah, so you're gonna be like this, kicking like this, and you're gonna push down on this bar with your arms. That will be what helps you keep your body float. But I will hold you as well.
Okay.
So that's
Hold my feet.
All right. So you can bring your legs up now.
Okay.
And now push down and kick. Nope. Yeah. So keep your arms straight.
Okay.
And push down. Now kick your feet. And keep your legs straight. So do you see how they're kind of bicycling towards your stomach right now? You're going to want to keep your legs straight and now kick. Okay, perfect. Now, how does that feel? Still very wobbly and unsure?
Yeah, like I'm going this way.
Okay.
As opposed to like straight.
Try putting your arms over like this You're not gonna sink because so just don't panic. Keep your body up and try kicking like that. Just when your arms over, that might be a little bit easier.
Alright guys, so just a few second update. Right now, I've just kind of been going here trying to get my legs in the way that they're supposed to be. From what I understand, they're supposed to stay straight the entire time. You're not going to bend them like you're trying to ride a bicycle or like your legs are coming up to your chest. They're straight the entire time. So we're going to try that one more time and see how it goes.
You have to really focus on keeping everything aligned. And
did you let go?
yes, you are doing this all by yourself now. And see, you're not panicking and you're still staying up. So you can go ahead and put your feet on the bottom. And that was successful. So next what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on back floats. Floating on your back is a really big safety skill. When you start to panic in the water, if you get tired, if you fall in and you feel like you're going to sink to the bottom or anything, automatically float on your back. Once you master the skill of floating on your back, it's really difficult to let something bad happen because you're just automatically like ingrained to float on your back. This is something that a lot of people have trouble with, and so do not be discouraged if you don't get it straight away. But I will not let you sink. And another thing, don't panic. That's like the main takeaway from everything is you just should not panic no matter what, because then you will go down.
Alright, we're going to try not to panic. I don't know how to float, just a heads up, so.
Alright, I work with a lot of kids. So you're going to turn around and I'm going to hold on to you under your shoulders to start. I'm going to put my leg kind of between your legs to catch your back as you fall. So go ahead and fall back. And perfect. I'm going to keep one hand on your back and you're going to have to put your head all the way in. And I will not let you sink. So keep your head back. And more, you have to put your head all the way back. Something that we say to do is I'm going to put you back on your feet.
Okay.
So your head is, and that is the proper way to do it. So your tummy is up and your legs are kind of, they're not down, but they're down, if that makes sense, and your arms are out.
Alright, and now when you kicked your legs, is it because you were sinking too far?
It's because I was sinking because I was too much in my head trying to show you the proper way to do it.
Okay.
So if you Jesus.
And that's why you don't wear, non-swim material.
Exactly. So you just want to relax and really not think about it is the thing. I was thinking about it too much and that's why it wasn't working. So
Clear head. Alright guys, so that wraps up session A for me here at Splash Zone. I'm really cold and I'm really excited to get out of these wet clothes. So I'll catch you guys later. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Good job, Alexis. By the way, Alexa is moving next month to an ABC affiliate in Lansing. We want the best, to be very best to Alexa. She has been a joy to work with. Next up is our Dog of the Week from the Canine Rescue League.
Hi, my name's Marion. I'm one of the volunteers here at Canine Stray Rescue in Oxford. And this gorgeous girl here is Riley. Riley, we think, is possibly part husky. And if she turns around, you'll be able to see she has one beautiful blue eye. Sit. She can sit when she thinks about it. There's a good girl. Riley's been with us about 3 weeks. She is up to date with all her shots. She was recently spayed, and she's looking for her forever home now. She is a very active girl. She would make a great jogging companion for somebody. If you're interested, go to our website, caninestray.com, or come up to the kennels to see her. If you don't know about Canine Stray already, we are a non-profit rescue just a little bit north of Oxford, and most all our work here is done by volunteers. We love to have new volunteers, so if it's something you might be interested in, again, you can go to Canine Stray Rescue and fill out a volunteer form, or you can come up to the kennels to get one. We also are always looking for foster volunteers. That is to foster a dog in your home until adoption or until it can be returned to the kennels. A lot of times these are dogs that have medical issues that need some special care. Once more, you can go to caninestray.com and put in your application to be a foster parent, or come up to the kennels and talk to one of us. We are open 5 days a week. We are closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We also do adoption events off-site. We are at Petco at Great Lakes Crossing on the first and third Saturdays every month, and then we do other special adoption events as they come up. For example, there is Meet Your Best Friend at the Zoo. We go there in May and September every year, and we get a lot of dogs adopted out. Typically we have about 50 dogs here at the premises, which are mostly all available for adoption, or at least for a deposit to pick up within a few days. And we also have probably 8 to 10 in foster homes, and that's something we would like to expand on. So again, we'd love for you to come up to the kennels, talk to us about it. We have actually volunteer opportunities in all areas at the kennels here, working with these dogs, or at the adoption events, or if you don't feel you want to get into necessarily the hard, heavy work, we have need for people to do fundraisers and just assist in other small ways. So again, we'd love for you to come and talk to us about that. We average out about 600 adoptions a year, so that's a pretty good rate. Most all of our dogs have come from other rescues or animal controls that are overcrowded, where they have a risk of euthanization. So we bring them in here, we get them all up to date with their health records, and look for the right home for them. Our dogs are also all temperament tested, so we have a pretty good idea of what type of home a dog should go in. Sometimes we prefer them to go into a home with no small children, just if we feel that the dog might be a little uncomfortable with that. And for example, we talked about Riley being a dog that needs an awful lot of exercise. She's full of energy and young. So therefore we would want her to go perhaps with younger people that can give her the exercise she needs. We also have, of course, senior dogs that are absolutely wonderful to have in a quiet home. Maybe somebody who does not want to go out jogging, but can give a dog a little walk a few times a day. They just make great companions. Seniors are wonderful, absolutely wonderful to have in your home. They just don't need so much work. They love the loving. We sometimes have puppies, not always. You can call here, or again, come and visit us. Sometimes we have those puppies that you might just be looking for. Well, we look forward to seeing you.
Just some great dogs get a new lease at life at the Canine Rescue League. By the way, they are located at 2120 Metamora Road, just a mile north of Myers. Okay, well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you enjoyed our program. So, for our reporters, Terry Stiles and Alexis War, and photographer Laura Race, and for our editor, Terry Stiles, I am Bill Service, and you have a great, great week, and we look to see with you again on our Community Access.
Hi, you're watching OCTV, and I'm Debbie Wren, President of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Terry Stiles, Production Manager at OCTV.
And Terry and I, we want you to start your day off right. Every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m., we want you to watch us on Daybreak.
That's right, we'll see you there.